Hello and welcome to Floyd Models Kit View Time. Today we've got Gecko Models' latest release. This is the actual 1/35th scale Land Rover 80-inch, or all of this stuff that they call it down in here. But let's face it, it's a Land Rover. Now, fortunately, I'm lucky enough to actually own one of these in the 90s. Not an 80-inch, can afford one of them. They were like hen's teeth back then. But I owned an 86-inch. So I do know quite a bit about these things, having completely restored one. So anyway, beautiful kit. Be really interesting to see it, because obviously we've seen AK's version. That's the Series 2A. It's nice to see an original Series 1. So down in here in the old box, you can see the full thing for this one. It does say the Korean War version of the FV1800V Mark 1 80-inch 4x4 utility vehicle, early production, with the 10 trailer on it, which is the Bantam trailer on the back. Very nice indeed. Lots of fond memories for me of this thing, seeing this again, bless it. All right, I just wish I hadn't sold it now, but kids come along and it wasn't practical. So as you can see, you get a nice bit of photo etch with this one. We've obviously got the decals for it. Kit number for this one, a bit strange, 35MG0076, as you can see down in there. And then last up, we've got some CAD work down here in the back, which does look really very nice indeed. So inside the box, we are greeted by another box. And then inside that box, we are greeted by lots of stuff. So we got zip bags. Well, some of it zip bags. All right, we got zip bags down in here. I'm just seeing the way that this has been done. All right, and we've got crinkly bags down in here, and in here for the trailer. We've got the wheels, bits and pieces. Good old chunk of photo etch. We've got some cables. There's a bar down in there. I assume that's an aerial, things like that. And the decals, which looks very nice. And of course, we've got the all-important instruction book. So we've got a little bit about the vehicle right down in here. All right, so from 1954 onwards, mine was a 1958, I do believe, back in the day. So yes, very, very nice indeed. If you do own that vehicle, or someone's got my Land Rover that you bought it off of me from Montacute in Somerset in around about 1998, then I'd love to talk to you. So anyway, usual bits and pieces down in here and the sprues and all the rest of it. So straight into it, we've got all the running gear underneath. Unlike mine, which was basically 2 and 3, Series 2 and 3 running gear, this has got the original down in here as well. So again, it's got some nice touches down in here. So obviously we've got all the steering arms and the various things going down onto the chassis, all the various parts right the way through. And then straight in, you come to doing the Sten gun. And obviously we've got the rifle down in there as well, so something a little bit different. Anyway, back to the engine. So we've got the good old-fashioned engine down in there as well, and then obviously all the various parts coming in. So we've got the transmission, and obviously we've got the drive shafts being fitted down onto the front and the engine going onto the chassis. Then we're working on the front end, so we've got the radiator, all the various parts, the front grille, stuff like that being fitted down in there like that. Got a little bit of photo etch being put down in here, so that's actually where the fuel tank is. Underguard. So obviously the fuel tank, you sit on top of it in the actual Land Rovers. So that would be the underguard, and for that one down in there. Then obviously we've got the chassis being fitted and going together just down in there. Then obviously all the various parts being fitted and all the bits that rot away on Land Rovers being fitted down in there. And then literally seats going in. Nice little bit of photo etch as well for these lockers underneath, because obviously your fuel tank is sat under that one. All right, right the way through. And then the all important bulkhead at the front. Which will probably be rusty by now, but down in there like that. All right, chassis and the bulkheads all being fitted down onto the actual main frame itself, right the way through. Springs being fitted onto these, front arches going on, and all the lumps and bumps right the way forward. Exhaust being fitted down onto this one, and then going around and underneath, and then through. So then pretty much straightforward. Nice bits of photo etch down in here for these lower areas and things like that, as is in the real thing. Then we've got the wheels being fitted down onto this one, and you have got posable steering as well. So if you do want to do it, you can have it. Bonnet being fitted onto there, front grille going on there, identification plate, things like that being fitted onto this one. Then obviously we've got the spare wheel being fitted down onto the roof, and we've obviously got the actual roof bonnet catches being fitted down. Back end goes together just like the real thing. All of those ones being fitted down in there like that. And then obviously we've got the ring round on the top. And obviously I assume you can have it roof on or off with this particular one as well. So again, all the various parts being fitted underneath. We've got the rear beam going in there, And obviously we've got the tailgate being fitted onto these ones. And I'm assuming you could, with, well, apart from this one's got the giant towing eye on here, have it on or off. Chains being fitted as well. So there's the good old days. So you've got the chains on the back as well. So you could have it open or closed, which is nice. And then front windscreen as well. Hopefully you'll be able to have that up or down. So you can fit that whichever way, because it obviously goes forward and leans against the actual front wheel. Got a brain gun being fitted into the back one as well, right the way through. Or it looks like we've got Vickers down in there as well. So again, we've got some nice bits. That's what that wire is then for that one being fitted down into the boot. Nice touch. All right, right the way through. Then we're working onto the trailer down at the back. We've got all the various bits and pieces being fitted there. Some of them you're removing and then you're adding Photo-etch parts instead, which is a nice little upgrade to it as well. Some nice bits of Photo-etch all the way around on the back here. Very nice indeed. And then obviously we've got the wheels and axles and all the various bits and pieces going on there. Got a tarp over the back of that one as well. So obviously you could have it on or off, I assume, right the way through. Lots of bits of stowage as well, which is quite nice. So you've got some stuff chucked down in the back and then we do it. Looks like we don't get a roof. So we don't get a rag top for the actual Land Rover itself. All right. Anyway, your options down in there as well. We've got the 29th in Brigade down in here in Korea at 1950, or another one, we've got the US one for the engineers down in there in North Korea in October 1950 as well, which is nice. And then a couple of other options. We've got another ones as well, different ones right the way through. Obviously, they're all Korea orientated. All right, so some nice ones down in there, and then some obviously details for doing your actual trailer. Looks pretty darn good. So if we start in this little baggie over here, in the little one, we can have a look at decals and the various little bits. So to start off with, we got a little bit of tarp string. We've got the decals, which look very nice. Cool. And then we're down in here, we've got that little bit of wire, which we know sort of goes on that Vickers gun. All right. And then obviously we've got the actual main bit as well, which is really nice with the Photo-etch. So again, some nice touches with that right the way through. So with the decals and those, I think that's very, very nice indeed. All right, so good start. I think the Photo-etch is a nice little touch with this kit because it will just add that little bit that you need to make this thing pop. Okay, so where do we start? Okay, down in here, have a knife. Where's my knife? There's my knife. Okay. So, in little bag one, if we start in here, we've got the main shells and the various parts for this one. We've got the chassis, the things like that as well. So as you can see the chassis down here. If we do it down this way, on Sprue A, looking very nice. We've got the floor, various areas down in there as well. Looks really nice, actually. I must admit, I'm a fan of the Gecko stuff. I do like it. It goes together really, really well. And it's good, solid design with all of these. All the parts feel nice and firm, like the chassis and things like that. So that's very nice. Then we've got over here on Sprue AB, we've got the arches and the various parts. And very nice. We've got the exhaust going down under there. All the various things. We've got the steering wheel. We've got different, obviously, types down here at the back. The actual crossbar. We've got the engine. Pretty darn good. And again, even on the blind side, really, really nice. The ejector pins are very, very shallow. Nicely done all the way through with that. Right, where do we go? Let's go in one of these. I assume these are all the same. So we'll just get one of these out. So we've got 4 of these, which is C1. And again, down in here, we've got the tyres and the hubs. We've got the seat backs, some of the smaller parts down in here as well. They all look very nice indeed. So that's good. So obviously we've got a set of 4 of those. Down in here, we've got some of that stowage, because obviously we've got quite a bit of stowage on this one. So we've got 2 of these. So you've got your sort of jerry cans down in here. Ammunition containers, oil drums, things like that. And then we've got down in here, we've got the bonnet and the wheel arches. It's in the front end. So bonnet looks very nice indeed. And again, nice that we've got the underside. There's no ejector pins or anything else in there, so we can show some of that nice detail off as well. Front grille panel, down in there. Obviously, we've got the Photo-etch to go along with that one, so that's nice. The other thing as well we've got is those wheel arches. Very nice indeed. I like the way that it's almost like the real thing, the way that they're actually moulded just like the real thing is. So you're building it just like the real thing. Okay, down in here we have a couple of sprues. So we've got the tripod down in here on H1 for that, I think it's a biggest machine gun, whichever one it is. Looks very nice as well. So we've got a belt of ammunition, ammunition containers, the actual two types, it looks like, of barrels with the cooling jackets on there like that. Then we've got the brain gun, and obviously we've got the rifles. Looks like a Sten gun down in there as well. So we've got bipods for the actual brains and things like that, open and closed position, which is a nice touch. And again, we've got some of the Bergens and things, and the bags and rolls. Again, really nicely moulded, looking very good. Then we've got the clear parts, which are crystal clear. Very, very nice. No problem with any of those, you can probably see. In fact, it's showing off my marks on my clean cutting mat. Look at that. Very, very nice indeed with all of those. All right, let's pop these in here. So next up we've got the trailer. So down here in the trailer we've got Sprue B, and we've got B and AB. So again, probably do these one on the close up. So down in here we've got all the drive bits and pieces, got your axles, springs, all the various lumps and bumps down in here like you'd expect. Gear shifter, spot him in the middle, and again, all beautifully done, good, clean, crisp, moulded. Even the small parts, attachment points aren't too bad either. That looks very nice indeed. And then we've got the actual on Sprue BC. We've got the tarp, nice little points in there, and again we've got the chassis for the trailer, the sides, floor, bits and pieces down in here like you might expect. We've got the wheels and things looking very, very nice indeed. And there you have it. If you're a Land Rover fan, you're just going to buy this one anyway. Probably if you're like me, I was a Series 1 fan and a sort of, you know, Series 90s and Defenders and things like that. Didn't really go with 2s and 2As and 3s and things like that. I must admit that was where I am. So that's where I'm in this camp completely, because I do like obviously the Series 1. It is obviously an 80-inch, which is the shortest version. It's the distance between the actual hubs. And it would be nice if they did do an 86, because definitely I'll be doing one of those. And obviously they could do the bigger 88 if they wanted to as well. So again, it'd be one of those things. If we see one or not, we don't. My only letdown would be is that it's a shame it hasn't got a canvas roof. Because if it had a canvas top to it as well, I think that would just generally make it. You could do some very nice scenes with it. It seems a shame that obviously the trailer has got canvas top, but the main cab parts aren't. Again, it's a small little niggle, but it would be nice if it had that. Anyway, there we go. That is Gecko Models' beautiful little Land Rover 80-inch in 1/35 scale.